So you're a philosopher?
Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? Welcome to another episode of Get Real with Rob Hahn. So one of the things I talk about the most, and I've done it for years now, and a lot of my presentations, it's one of these points that seems to resonate. But one of the things I like to talk about the most is this idea that technology doesn't make you better; it only makes you more efficient. So the example I like to use is, look, obviously you probably know I write a blog, but if I get like a new blog software, it doesn't make me a better writer. Like it doesn't, actually improve my grammar. It doesn't improve my vocabulary. It doesn't let me express myself, with any more clarity or elegance. It just makes me able to do whatever it was faster. So if I'm writing a blog post, maybe it'll let me do that faster. If I need to attach an image, it'll let me do that faster. It makes me more efficient. And the punchline to my presentations is, what this means is that if you suck, then you suck more efficiently in front of more people, the whole world, right, with the internet. I bring this up because I just read something that, I've seen it before, things like this before, but it really reminded me, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to spend 7 minutes like talking about this, right? And this was an article by a gentleman by the name of Grant Finley Shiras, I believe is his name. And it was an article at Inman where he talks about, I think it's called like how to become the digital mayor of your neighborhood. And we've seen things like this before, right? How, as a real estate agent, as a broker, you need to become like the digital mayor or the center or, or really be a local expert and all these things. And for what it is, it's, fine, whatever, right? Those things are, different people have different opinions about it. But the reason why I sort of focused on it and why I decided I'm going to record something is because it kind of flows right in with this concept I just discussed, right? If technology doesn't make you any better, it also doesn't make you do something that you didn't do before, right? So where I kind of see this is, like, if you're not a writer, just because blogging exists doesn't mean you're going to start blogging. When I started this video thing, it took me a while to decide, like, do I even want to do this? And what I realized is, look, I already do speaking. I do public speaking, like, on stage in front of large, audiences or small audiences or mid-sized, whatever, two people. My kids are bored to tears listening to me speak. I don't know. But I already speak publicly, so video just makes me more efficiently get this out in front of more people. But it's not like I'm going to get a video camera, all of a sudden I'm going to start doing things like this just because I've got the technology. I don't feel like that's how it works. So in this context, I guess what I'm thinking is, just because technology exists to let you become a, quote, digital mayor, if you're not doing any of the things that would let you become the, quote, physical mayor, why would this help? It's almost like it'll let you more efficiently not do the things that you already were not doing. Let me give you an example. Like if you wanted to be the, quote, mayor of your neighborhood, you probably should go door knocking, or at least know who your neighbors are, or go out and meet them, or call your sphere, or send postcards about what's happening in the neighborhood. Like none of this stuff requires technology, but all of those things are the types of activities one might do to try and become the mayor, become part of a neighborhood, part of the social fabric of a place. If you're not doing those things, the existence of some technology or some company that says we build websites, I don't feel like it changes anything. If you are doing those things, then maybe the technology could make you more efficient and more effective at doing that, in front of wider audiences or with more people or however, whatever the specific tactic is. But it just really struck me that, and I guess he was trying to, sort of really promote his company service, so maybe he took it down one specific path. But we do see this over and over and over again, I feel, like in real estate. All the emphasis around blogging from a few years back, it was like, well, you should blog. Well, that's great, but if you don't do anything today, why would this make it more efficient for you tomorrow? Like if you were doing an email newsletter, then a blogging platform would probably really help, sort of grow that because it's more efficient. But if you weren't doing any sort of writing, you hate writing, how are you going to blog? And we saw that, right, around the blogging with all this sort of ghostwriters and, content companies and things like that. So similarly, I feel like whatever this new technology, whatever is being promised, I almost feel like you should ask yourself, like, do I do any of this now? Would this sort of help me do that more efficiently? Because technology doesn't actually make you better. It doesn't give you skills you didn't have. It doesn't give you desire you didn't have. It just makes you be able to do things more efficiently. So that was, we see that in this context. So what might one say? I guess the advice to me would be this. Maybe this is the way that the technology could be helpful. If the existing technology makes you say, this is something I want to try, something I've always wanted to, I don't know if I wanted to do it, but I'm going to try it. Like, maybe like me with this video thing. And if that gets you into doing those things that you should be doing in any event, maybe that's a positive. In other words, maybe you've never thought about farming a neighborhood. Maybe maybe you're kind of shy. So you thought, I don't want to go and be the physical mayor of my town. But the existence of this website or the existence of this technology makes me now want to go talk to my neighbors. Okay, if that's what it is and it makes you do those things, I think that would be wonderful. But recognize that you could do that without the technology, right? You could go talk to your neighbors without putting a camera in their face. You could do, I could have this talk with you over the telephone. It just would be less efficient. So I think that's my, 7 minutes of observations or ranting, on today's Get Real. Like, let's get real about technology. It only makes things more efficient. It's not going to give you skills you don't have, and it's not going to make you do things you don't currently do. It just lets you do things, that you currently do or potentially want to do in a more efficient way. So the first question you got to ask yourself is, do I want to do those things? Is that something I'm interested in doing? And go from there. Now, whether that's real estate or law or marketing or consulting or whatever else it is, I do feel like that is the place to begin. Forget the tech. What's the thing you want to do? And the tech will help you make it more efficient. Anyway, that's just my take on things today. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace, y'all.
Is it real, son? Is it really real, son? Let me know it's real, son, if it's really real. Something I can feel, son, loaded up and kill one of your deal, son, if it's really real.